Every single year, gamers spend hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars on gaming monitors. And the amount of options are crazy. 240 Hz, 360 Hz, OLED, HDR, 1440p, or stick with 1080p. Yet somehow we are all still staring at screens that are basically the size of a pizza box. But what if we're going about this all wrong? Because this right here is the Horizon 20 by XGIMI, and according to the specs on this thing, it should be an absolute beast when it comes to gaming. So today we're gonna do something a little silly. We're gonna replace my monitors with this projector. And honestly, by the end of today, I may never look at gaming monitors the same way. This is not your typical LED projector. This thing uses an RGB triple laser system. That means we get more vibrant HDR highlights and much better daytime visibility for people who don't like to live in a dungeon with blackout curtains. It has native 3840 by 2160 4K resolution, 3200 ISO lumens, and HDR10 Plus, Dolby Vision, and IMAX enhanced support. And even though I probably won't use it, it even has a 3D setting built into the projector menu. Now, all those specs are great, but that doesn't have anything to do with gaming. So how is this thing right here going to stack up to my current monitors? Well, this projector does have a refresh rate of up to 240 Hz in game mode. It does support VRR as well as ALLM, and if we're in game mode, this thing sports a very impressive 1 millisecond response time. Now, to get the full speed out of this projector, it is going to lower the resolution down to 1080p, but you can keep the resolution at 4K 60 Hz with a little bit higher latency. And if you're gonna be playing single player games like I do mostly, 4K 60 is just fine, but if you're gonna be playing competitively, you're probably gonna wanna dump it down to 1080p to get that higher refresh rate. Now, I'm not 100% sure what it's gonna feel like going from 1080p 240 Hz versus the 4K 60 Hz in terms of latency, but we're gonna figure that out together once I get everything set up and we get this thing going. But speaking of that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my monitors taken off. Please excuse how dirty my office is. We are a work in progress. Now, there are a few differences between the setup we're putting together today and what you would probably want to do for yourself if this was going to be like a permanent thing that you would want to do. First of all, you'd want an actual screen. We're just going to be using the wall today, which should be fine, even though there are way more blemishes on this wall than I originally remember. But the other thing you want to do is you're going to want an actual mount for your projector. You would want it like mounted from the ceiling or like on a shelf somewhere. For today, we're gonna be using this tripod because you can mount this to a tripod, and this is just easy for the experiment we're running today to see if I even want to keep this as a permanent solution. Now, some of you guys might be wondering how this is going to work, because obviously I can't put the projector right in front of me to produce an image. It is going to either have to be above me or to one of the sides to make sure that I can get the image on there. And what you don't want is you don't want that image to become distorted because it isn't directly head on pointing at what it's projecting on. And that is precisely why the lens shift ability on this projector makes this stand out over pretty much any other projector at this price point. Lens shift is a physical optical adjustment that moves the projector image in whatever direction we want without having to tilt or move the projector. Instead of warping the image, having it off to the side, lens shift moves the image through the lens itself so the picture stays at its highest quality. This projector having lens shift completely changes the games because that is usually a feature that is saved for like extremely high-end projectors, not projectors that are in this price range. And while you and I are going to be experiencing the gaming features of this projector together, I have been using this projector for movie nights in my bedroom, and I'm gonna tell you right now, with this thing off to the side, it's producing some of the most amazing 13-foot image I've ever seen. It has completely reinvented the way that we do movie nights at our house. So let's get this thing set up on the tripod. Now, as I said a moment ago, I have already kind of been using the Horizon 20 in my bedroom for movie nights, so I am already extremely impressed at the picture quality. It still looks fantastic here, even with my studio softbox lighting pointed directly at it. It's unbelievably easy to plug this in and just get started. It's a Google TV essentially, so it operates and functions just like any other modern smart TV does. It has all my favorite apps, and this thing responds extremely fast, so it's a wonderful experience to use. But that's not why we're here. we're here to game. So right now the monitor is not in game mode, and when you use the mouse, you can tell and feel the delay. Let's go ahead and turn game mode on, and let's see what the difference is like. Oh, that is unbelievable. It's super crisp. Now, as far as the built-in audio for this projector, it is two Harman Kardon speakers. They're both 12 watts a piece, and honestly, they sound extremely good. Now, if you're gonna be buying a projector for a home theater, or you're gonna be doing some gaming, kind of like I'm doing right now, you are gonna wanna get a soundbar or use a better sound system. But honestly, you don't really need it because it does sound extremely good.
And if you don't believe me, have a listen for yourself.
I have every light on in my studio right now, which should dull this image down quite a bit. And while it doesn't really translate to camera all that well, the picture quality is still extremely good. Now, I'm currently playing at 4K 60 FPS because Forza 5, I didn't really feel like I needed more than 60 FPS, and the gameplay looks unbelievable. This is as immersive as you're ever gonna get when it comes to gaming. The latency is like non-existent. Everything that I want to do feels crisp and clean, just like I'm playing on my monitors. The experience is unreal. Now, Forza 6 is a fantastic game and it looks epic on here, but let's go ahead and close this out and head into a game where FPS matters a little bit more. Now, I do have Battlefield 6 on my PC, so we'll get in there and then I'll go ahead and drop us down to 1080p so we can get that higher refresh rate and see what the gameplay looks like then. So currently we're sitting at 130 FPS. I do have this game completely maxed out, so we're at the highest settings that you can get in this game, and it looks unbelievable. I mean, this thing is responding like it would on any other monitor. I mean, it's like I'm playing on a monitor, but it's flipping huge. So while you're looking at some gameplay, I did want to add in that this unit's operating noise level is around 28 dB, and having it sit right next to me during this gameplay testing, I can't hear it at all. Now, a known issue with projectors is how long they take to turn on, and for the Horizon 20, it takes around 30 to 40 seconds to turn on from a full power off, but waking up from sleep mode takes around 5 seconds. The back I/O on our unit has two HDMI ports, one of which supports EARC. We have one USB 3.0, one USB 2.0 port, an optical audio out, one 3.5mm audio jack, and your power button. The controller you get with the unit actually feels pretty premium. It has a nice weight to it, and you even get some buttons with some nifty backlighting. We do get Wi-Fi 6 with our system, as well as Bluetooth 5.2, and we get 4 gigs of RAM, which I learned is actually quite good for a projector, and the unit does feel extremely responsive. Now, obviously, it can't all be kittens and rainbows, but from what I've experienced so far, I'm having a very hard time finding downsides here, other than the pretty decent price tag. So currently, as of recording this video, the Horizon 20 comes in at $1,200, and that's actually the base model. There actually are two other models of the Horizon 20, which is the Pro version and the Max version. The Pro comes in at $1,600 and the Max comes in at $2,200, and they're all pretty much the same other than some brightness changes. The 20 that we have has 3,200 lumens, the Pro is 4,100 lumens, and the Max is 5,700 lumens. So if this one isn't bright enough, there are other options available. Now, obviously, a $1,200 price tag is quite the number for a gaming display, but if you compare that to other 4K high refresh rate gaming monitors, honestly, it's really not all that bad. Plus, you get the added bonus of having one of the largest displays ever, basically an entire movie theater in your house, as this thing can produce an image up to 300 inches, assuming you have a blank 300-inch wall inside of your house. So the Horizon 20 is an unbelievable product. I've never felt more immersed in my gameplay than I just did. The entire wall was my game. It was so unbelievably cool to game on this thing. Now, am I going to replace my current monitors with a projector? No, I'm personally not going to do that, only because I feel as though the Horizon 20 does a better job of being maybe like a home theater, and you can game on your home theater, maybe getting even a larger picture than this, like I did when I was playing movies in my room with my family. I mean, that was a 13-foot wall that I had filled with the screen. It was unbelievable. unbelievable, and that type of gaming experience would be amazing. It was just a lot of fun to toy with the idea that if I removed my monitors and used a projector, what would that be like? And I gotta say that if I wanted something unique and I was going to have something fixed maybe to my wall or a built-in shelf where this would live permanently, this actually might be a pretty good option because it freed up all this space on my desk where typically you have monitors. And it really is a true shame that what you're seeing on camera and what I am seeing with my eyes don't look anything alike. This is unbelievable. This is HDR10 and it's clean, it's crisp, and it's on a blank wall that has a bunch of blemishes on it. This is an unbelievable viewing experience. I just wish that it transferred to camera a little bit better. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had a little bit of fun here with me today, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'd love to see you here more often. And if a projector that is as awesome as this one is something that you're looking for, please consider checking out the links down below to where you can get one for yourself.